she called me, and I said, "What?"
Hi there, I'm Niles Mahoney, communications coach, and we're going to take a look at Sidney Poitier and see what kind of a communicator he was.
My mother slapped me so hard one day, I almost passed out. She said to me, she called me, and I said, "What?" And she hit me so hard, I went down. And she said, "Never say what to me." She also said to me, "Always say thank you and please." Everywhere I went, when I came back to this country at the age of 15, it was remarkable how many times thank you and please opened doors for me.
I had trouble keeping my mouth closed for that one. It's like, oh, oh wow. Talk about, well, class, first of all. What a classy individual we have here. Woo! Wow. Sorry, I will close my mouth eventually. Oh my God, he's got so much authority and compassion and power and warmth and strength and love and ability to communicate. Do you hear the silence in between his words when he spoke? He says, "My mother hit me so hard, I hit the ground." And then he continues with his thought. Oh, this guy is incredible. This man is ultimate communicator. His words, he enunciates so beautifully. He uses his hands so sparingly, but just at the right moment. Do you see sometimes when he does this with his fist? That's facts. This happened. I love when he says, "My mother called me," and I said, "What?" You can see it happening, and you can almost feel her thinking, "You do not say that ever again." Hit me so hard. And then he talks slowly again. And then about please and thank you. When he says those two words. See, I'm speaking low already. He's had that influence on me already that I have to speak quietly and calmly because he's brought that energy to us. Let's go a few years later and see how Sidney Poitier is looking after that interview. That's incredible. Here we go.
When Denzel Washington accepted his award that evening, and I was given the honorary award the same evening, it was a special evening. I mean, that I was getting an honorary award for a body of work, and Denzel Washington was receiving the Academy Award, Best Actor Award, for a job most magnificently done, was pregnant with all kinds of things. It represented progress. It represented the dimensionalizing of the film industry. It meant the embracing of a kind of democracy that had been very long in maturing. It was an example of the persistence and effort and determination of young people of color, not just African Americans, but Hispanic and Asian people who too were sort of minimalized in American films for too long. It was a spectacular evening.
Ooh, that's good. Spectacular. Spectacular. He did it earlier on with magnificent. When he really uses the word to its full capacity. Spectacular. Magnificent. And also when he uses the word pregnant with, it was pregnant with. And did you see that clip of him when he's on stage when Denzel Washington walks up and he's clapping? There's a happy man. There's a man who's genuine, who's real. I was going to pause that a couple of times, but I didn't because he wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me. And this is a great thing to do if you're talking to people or if you're in a communication scenario. When you do the upswing, you say, so this happened, and then also this happened, but then this happened as well. And when you go up, it means there's more. There's more coming. There's more about to follow this. It's when you go down, this happened, and then this happened. Now we know that's the audio, the verbal cue that I'm closing my thought now. And then it's your turn to do whatever you need to do. But when you keep going up, then you have to allow that other person to finish their sentence or their thought process. And again, his pace is the same as it was in the first clip, very slow, but not slow as in meandering or slow as in lethargic, slow as in thoughtful. He's choosing his words and he wants to get the right words. And because he's putting so much thought and attention and care into what he's saying, you afford him that time because you're thinking, all right, this guy really wants me to understand what he's saying. And it's almost a respect for you. He wants to get this right for you so that you will understand his message. Last clip.
I told him, first of all, there were no mirrors in our house. The only way I saw a reflection of myself was in pond water or in a piece of broken glass from a rum bottle. I had no frame of reference because there were no white people on the island except two. But they were, their presence represented neither oppression or power.
Who were they?
They were just two people, one a doctor and one a small shopkeeper. So my answer was, I never had an occasion to compare my color with anything else. Therefore, I only saw myself as what I was, a human being.
There he is again with pond reflection and what was it, the shard of a piece of broken glass from a broken rum bottle? Whoa, there's some images coming at you right there. And once again, this is speaking to another person, in this case it's Oprah, but she allows him to speak because he's so commanding without being authoritative. He's so in control of his words that you give him that space. His diction as well is just beautiful, right? What a beautiful speaking voice anyway. Absolutely gorgeous. 3 things we can take away from Sidney Poitier. It's okay to pause and think. But first of all, before you pause and think, you need to command the room. And he's already commanded the room, right? With his ability to just sit and be contemplative, because he's shown you that bit of respect. So pausing is okay. Number 2, putting pictures in people's heads. Pond reflection. When he said, "What?" to his mother, he's doing what Paul McCartney did in one of our early videos. He's using the other character and letting them see you, letting you see them and hear that other character by bringing them into the story. So what is him as a young Sidney Poitier cheeking his mother, right? So you can actually feel it. You can almost see yourself in that kitchen in his house, wherever it was, whatever you visualize that as. And 3rd, minimal hand gestures, but when he uses them well. He does this a lot, he does that, he does this, he does that. Minimal, but they're there and they do add a little bit of punctuation to what you're saying. Sidney Poitier. I'm Niles Mahoney, Communications Coach. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you'd like to hit that subscribe button, I would so appreciate it. Or the one down that way. And I'll see you for the next video. Cheers for now.